What are your thoughts on Okoa Kenya's push to have the reconstitution of the IEBC?
I don't think I would say much on their push to have, they're calling it electoral reforms. It is really within their own opinion to take that position. But I think as a country, yes, we still need electoral reforms. We need to look at the law, we need to look at the institution and make a better institution. But I think what we should shy away from is targeting, the disbanding of commissions after every election, because then how do you build an institution? Yeah, remember after the post-election violence, we had to reform and restructure the electoral body and the electoral process. So are we going to do that every time we hold a general election? So that is something that is of concern to us.
So you feel targeted?
Of course, definitely, and following what we went through, that is what we're concerned about.
Yes.
Yes.
So do you feel then suited to handle a referendum where you're also a target?
Why not? We have handled the general election. We have handled
where you are not subject. You're subject in this referendum. If we do go to a referendum, that is. So in the event there was one, you would be a subject to it and then handling it. Would you be? What do you think about that?
Well, we would still be able to handle a referendum if given the opportunity by Kenyans. And as the law stands, as the constitution stands, we have a fixed term which ends in November 8th, 2017.
Okay.
So we would be the body or the institution mandated to conduct the referendum.
Some of the experts, I was watching a clip, one of the stories we ran earlier, say that if the event there would be a referendum, the earliest date would be seeing it happen is June 2016. Do you agree with that analysis?
We have not discussed as a commission on when that date will be, because we are still in the early stages of even negotiating with the, or talking as a country on the issue of referendum. I would not put a date to it at this point in time.
Have you looked at cost? We'd had a figure of 8 billion at some point. Have you discussed that?
We haven't yet discussed the issue of cost. We don't know where the 8 billion came from.
Yeah.
Not from the commission.
Not from the commission.
No.
Has Okoa Kenya, because they've been collecting their signatures, have they handed them to you?
Not yet. They just came and met our technical team. They agreed on the format for collecting the signatures. So then the process is on.
Okay, then the process. So how long then would that process take? Say if they bring 3 million signatures to you.
Well, they will bring the signatures. The Constitution talks of 1 million signatures, which we have to verify. And thereafter, together with the draft bill, sent to the county assemblies rather, which will have 3 months within which to debate on the issues and send back to the commission. Okay.
Let's talk about the question of the debt, because there's a number of the SMSs that had come through, and also a tweet, a question that somebody was asking. You still haven't paid many of your suppliers. I think a bill standing high up as 2.8 billion shillings from the last general election. Some have even sought legal recourse on the same. Why is that?
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we found ourselves in that situation, and this is because at the time of, the run-up to general elections, some things were being done in a hurry, and that's not to say the law should be flouted, but some things were done in haste, and Treasury had to come in and do an audit of all these pending bills that we have. And they came out with a report validating some of them, and others which had issues, they've been kept pending until those issues are ironed out. So about 2.7 billion has been validated. We have had consultations with Treasury, which have been good, because now we are going to get some money, about 2 billion, and it's going to be paid in tranches of 500 million. Starting any time now, and we have prioritized the suppliers to ensure that we start paying them off
So by when would you say you'll be starting? Because you say anytime from now you'll start.
Anytime from now, because Treasury has already approved that additional money to settle the pending.
Yeah, because
bills.
initially it was 1.1 billion that they'd agreed on, so
Yes.
they've increased the same.
Yeah.
So ultimately then, with this you say they're staggering it and releasing. How long will it take to release the entire money?
Well, we are hoping that in the next 2-3 weeks, we will have the funds at least disbursed to us and for payment to the suppliers.
There's been a proposal to change the elections date. Your term, as you said, expires in November. So if the date was moved to December, then that would mean a whole new commission. What are your thoughts first on that proposal?
Well, as a commission, we have discussed that, but it all depends on whether that date is changed or not, and what decisions will follow thereafter. But unless the constitution is changed, our term remains fixed, and the term will expire on November 8th. So if the election date is pushed to December, I do not want to speculate on that. There are various scenarios that can arise, but that
But there would be needed a referendum to even change the dates to December?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
So
If there is need to change that date, it has to be